Hello guys, welcome. Today's video is a little bit different, as today I am joined by Lady Sulevin, and we're going to be sharing our thoughts and theories for Dragon Age Veilguard.
Hi, I'm Lady Sulevin. Some people call me Holly, some people don't. Hi. I do YouTube stuff with Dragon Age. Yep.
Hell yeah, so do I. Alright, so our topic today is Gillenon and Elgranon, as they're gonna be, well, pretty prominent characters, I would say, in Veilguard. And we're gonna be talking about them. What do you want me to call you? Do you want me to call you Sulevin or Holly? What do you prefer?
Just go with Holly, that's fine.
Okay. Holly, so could you tell me and everyone else, who is Elgranon?
Elgranon is one of the best Elven Gods. Just kidding. Elgranon is the head of the Pantheon, technically. He is the first of the gods. He's the god of vengeance and fatherhood. And he's just associated with vengeance, violence, and to a lesser degree protection, but it's more so towards the violent end of punishing people for misdeeds.
So, Gillenon is the mother of the Hala, goddess of guides and navigation, the huntress of the people, and also Undrul's chosen. Her name is usually invoked when Dalish want to travel quickly or when they can't find their way home. And she is also kind of the odd one out, as she was originally not a god, but she was risen to godhood by Undrul for her devotion to animals, basically. So, before the Veilguard came out, we thought the Elven Gods were, we knew they were locked away, and that Solus did that because he put up the veil. But now, after Veilguard's trailers have come out, we learned that Elgranon and Gillenon have escaped. And what that will mean, well, we're not quite sure yet, but it's probably not good. I have a few thoughts about Gillenon, especially her creations, because Gillenon created monsters, beasts, and birds of the sky, sea, and earth. And while she destroyed most of them after Undrul asked her to, there's a few that she didn't. She left the birds that she gifted to Undrul. She drowned the giant sea monsters that she made, except those in the deep water, as they were too skilled, and also pride, capital P, stopped her hand. And then the third day, she killed the beasts on land except the Hala, of course, because she's the mother of the Hala. But what's interesting is that we've seen a lot of concept art of giant sea monsters. So, does that mean they are her creations?
I don't have an answer for that, but I would think so.
There's one piece of concept art. It's specifically in the BioWare, the 25 Years of BioWare book. And it's a giant, sea serpent thing-ish. And it's got Gillenon's, face shape on it.
Oh, is it the one with the lightning and she's carrying a spear?
Yeah, that one.
That one, yeah.
There's this, sticky note in the corner. The evil gods and they have Thedas in their sights, and only heroes can stop them. So they were already kind of teasing it in the BioWare book, but yeah, I guess now it's confirmed that this is either Gillenon or one of her monsters.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know how far back this concept art is, which I would like to know. Was it from the very beginning that they were, with what they're going to do finally in Veilguard, does it go that far back with the concept art? Was this meant to be Gillenon? Because it's curious that there's lightning in it too, because I would associate lightning more so with Elgranon than I would with Gillenon. Wrath and thunder.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. What's interesting is that there is another version of this where they, it just looked like a generic centipede, and they cropped out Gil's head. And I'm not sure if that is because they changed their minds on what they wanted to do, or if they just censored it to not give it away. And I think the original version, or the censored version of that was shown in a trailer. I just don't remember from the top of my head when that was.
I remember it was the BTS trailer, and I think that was maybe 2019.
Oh, you might be right.
Maybe. I remember seeing it in not just that video, but when people were covering it, the BTS trailer. Their original videos did actually have the head there, so I think it was a censorship issue.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little oopsie.
The behind the scenes trailer was from 2020. Yeah, so a while ago.
That was like mid-COVID. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Like, what is time? I don't know what time is. I feel like from whenever COVID happened, which was like the start of 2020 for us, until like what 2023, like last year, kind of. I feel like that is just one long year. It's time just merged together.
Yeah, just those years don't exist for me. Nothing happened. We skipped them.
Yeah, same. So there's that, and then there is also Horror of Hormak, which,
oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not technically not confirmed that that is about Gillenon, but it's just the connection is there because she creates monsters, and then there's monsters in, well, it's technically beneath the Dwarven Thag, and they're also like weird. They're technically mutated darkspawn. I think that the book describes it as mutated darkspawn, but then it's also hybrids between creatures and humans. So I think the main fan theory currently is that she was experimenting on, and that she was creating new creatures out of existing ones, merging them together, and also using a pool filled with a gray liquid and a yellow-green crystal, which I think we assumed was lyrium, or like maybe a new form of lyrium. So
yeah,
like,
it's weird.
yeah.
I'm just loading up to Winter Nights on my Kindle app.
Oh yeah.
I want to know what the exact wording was. I only use the digital version because I get to like Control F to find certain things.
Yeah, that is really a blessing. I am tempted to get the digital versions as well. But like for reading, I prefer physical.
Oh, same, definitely. Yeah, no, they describe it as a massive lyrium crystal.
Oh, they actually say lyrium. Okay, yeah, so what is up with that?
Yeah, because I forgot about that actually, like, because they don't describe it as typical lyrium, because lyrium's either red or blue. What does green mean?
Yeah. I mean, because we know red lyrium is blighted. So if it's like green or yellow, it has been altered in some way. I mean, if it's lyrium is blood, so is it infected with something else? Is it like some sort of lyrium virus?
Maybe. Like, if you were to ask me what yellow and green as a colour represents, I would say something sickly.
Yeah, exactly.
At least compared to blue. Like, even red is just danger colour. Blue is like, this is soothing. Don't you like this lighting? But yellow and green just sounds... Imagine, like, yellow and green lighting in any kind of scene is just... It's supposed to make you feel disorientated or unwell, because that's just the association with those colours. It's just weird.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Gillenan?
Yeah. Yeah, like, is it necessary for that lyrium to be infected with whatever that is in order to create these monsters? But also, like, what is a liquid? We know that it smells of brine. It's been a while since I read The Winter Nights. And it's also, I believe, one of the very last sentences that Warden Jovis says is that they cannot let her have it again. And that's also where our theory comes from, that it's Gillenon, that this weird laboratory belongs to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's also... When they enter the place, I think it's near the beginning, they mention there's columns down there and there's carvings of Hala that are taking people in Aravils. There's a priestess figure and other person. I'm trying to find... I can't find the exact word, but the Hala look wrong the way it describes them. So I think it's definitely pointing towards Gillenon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I believe specifically the horns looked weird. That they didn't look like a typical Hala horns would look. I think it also depicted like elven kings and queens and their servants or slaves.
Yeah.
That's another thing pointing at the Evanuris. Another thing that I think might be a connection is that Tavern, who is a monster hunter, wears what I think Gillenon's Valisline.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there is an actual connection there, but like, how funny would it be that if he still believes in the Elven Gods, that he supposedly worshipped Gillenon, only to find out that she is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that's the part I'm most excited for in Veilguard, is I hope there's still, even though it's in the north, I hope there are still Dalish we encounter, because I want to see what their reaction is to finding out their gods have returned, and they're indeed not what they thought they were.
Yeah.
I think even in the trailer, I think it is Bellara, who mentions our gods are back. Like,
Yeah.
what are we supposed to do with that?
Yeah. I guess that confirms she is Dalish, because I wasn't entirely sure she was actually Dalish. I mean, she has tattoos, but I wasn't sure if it was actually Valasleen, but I guess this confirms that she is Dalish.
Yeah, I'm curious what her Valasleen is then. It'd be really, really funny if her Valasleen was for Elgarnan.
Yes. Oh, that'd be great.
But on the nose. But, yeah.
Yeah. I tried comparing it to the Valasleen from Inquisition, but I had a really hard time finding a connection there. I am really not sure.
I suspect it's Dirthamin, because if the eye looks similar to an Inquisition on the chin, there's like an eye. It looks kind of similar, but except it's on her forehead now.
It's also the triangles, because it's also got a lot of triangles. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Gillinan, sorry.
No worries.
I guess we could just keep going down that rabbit hole, but...
I mean, it's honestly no pressure. My goal is just to have a fun, casual conversation, and it leads wherever it wants to lead. Like, we don't have to stay strictly on topic. I just want to have fun. That's the main goal.
Fair enough. A lot of people talk about the executors with the triangles, but honestly, I'm one of those people who doesn't care about the executors.
Really? Okay.
I mean, if they turn up and there's lore about them, sure, but like, oh no, there's another faction out there. We don't know anything about them other than they're dangerous. Oh no.
That's fair. What I find the most interesting is that, because there is an executor in Dreadwolf Take You, the short story from Tevinter Nights, and what I find very interesting is that they depicted the character as not specifically male or female, and their voice didn't specifically sound masculine or feminine, and it was really hard or impossible to see their face. So that is just like a very specific description for a character. And also, I believe they said that the character smelled of brine, which is another connection to the weird grey liquid from the pool.
It's called a whiff of the... whiff of the... She caught a faint whiff of the ocean from his robes, and something beyond the ocean.
Yeah. So it's just interesting that that is there, but also the grey liquid from Gillinan's pool in Horror of Hormak also smells of brine. So there's that, and Solus is afraid of them.
Yeah, like, he doesn't even negotiate with them, or doesn't talk to, like, Solus is renowned for just talking to his enemies. He doesn't even regard the executor, just, right, you're stone. Okay.
Yeah.
Onto civilized people.
Yeah, so, like, there has to be something going on there. So that is why I find them interesting, but, like, I also understand there's already so many factions in Dragon Age, and especially to someone that's new, it could be very hard to keep up with. Because, like, you got the Templars, the Mages, the Dalish, the Executors, you got like the Dwarves, Orzammar, you got the Inquisition, and it goes on and on.
You got
so, like,
two different chantries.
Yeah, that's another thing. The two different chantries that are kind of the same, but also they're not, and then you have two different kinds of divine. It's, No, I get it. Yeah. It's just a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, someday, even for me, like, reading everything that I'm reading, like, what's this again?
Yeah, honestly, like, I know a lot of things about Dragon Age, but my memory sucks. So I keep on having to look things up.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I know this, but I just forgot.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like doing an exam at the end of the year in school. It's like, I did learn this, I swear.
Yes.
But you've just asked me a random question.
I haven't thought about this in months. It's in my head somewhere. It's just...
You didn't say this would be in the exam.
Yeah. But yeah, there's the triangles, which I kind of don't hope the Veil Jumpers are the Executors. Maybe there's a connection there because of the triangles, but I kind of hope it's not the same, because it'll be like they've hyped this up. The Executors are very mysterious, and suddenly, oh, they're just Veil Jumpers. They're just elves.
Yeah, they're just these weirdos that hang out in the Orlefan forest. It's fine. Yeah, plus they're from beyond this. I don't think there is a connection there, despite the triangles and stuff, because they're just looking for ancient artifacts in the Arlefan forest.
Yeah.
There's no indication of anything beyond the sea with them. Like, I'm sure, like, when we play Veilguard, we'll probably instantly know. Like, if you play a Veil Jumper, I'm sure Solus's reaction will probably tell you.
That's true. Unless they're, like, agents or working with the Executors. But yeah, other than that, other than that and the triangles, I can't really see a connection there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's also this bit about where Gillenon is killing the monsters that she created. She did not kill the monsters that were very deep in the water because they were too well wrought, but also Pride, capital P, stopped her hand. So is that Solus? Is that Fen'Harel? Because why is that P capitalized?
I can't see it being anything else, because otherwise why would the P be capitalized? Like, who else do we know that is, well known as Pride?
Yeah. Unless it was a Pride demon, but I can't imagine it being a random Pride demon.
Yeah.
So that leaves those monsters in the sea, which I know people hate them, but I hope we're getting an underwater level. I know people hate it.
I thought you were going to say, I know people hate whales and stuff.
No. No, not whales. I mean, dolphins I can get. I know some people don't really like dolphins, but whales? Nah, they're just vibing.
People don't like dolphins?
Yeah, I guess I'm neutral on dolphins, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where it comes from. I know some people really, they think dolphins are freaky.
Dolphins get randy, yeah, but...
Yeah.
But that's the only bad thing I can say about them.
I mean, I could look it up. Why are people... Anyway, Dragon Age, never mind. I'll look it up another time. Yeah, so... people don't like underwater levels, and I can totally get why, but I kind of want an underwater level.
How would that work, though? Are we gonna have to... Is there a hold your breath mechanic? Do we create a little bubble?
Oh, that'd be cool. You just create a little air bubble and you walk around in that.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I'd be up for it if it made sense. But I don't know how they would do that. Although, in saying that, there's a mechanic from... I don't know if you could hear that siren. So...
Yeah, it's fine.
In the gameplay reveal, there was like a mechanic where you slid down a sandbank or something.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they may actually introduce like a swimming mechanic. I can't not see it.
Yeah, they might. Although if it's gonna be very deep underwater, unless it's like we don't have to hold our breath because magic and we can just walk along the bottom of the ocean or like whatever ruin or cave we're exploring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know how in Crestwood, you don't technically go under the lake, you just go under a cave system. They didn't show off much, they showed off like a 3-second clip of an underwater place, so I don't know how much would be underwater, because that sounds really difficult to pull off mechanically.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just basing it on that 3-second clip and a piece of concept art that we got like, well, I don't know, 3 years ago. So it might as well like just not be an underwater level, but like just based on those things, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want an underwater level. But also because of the bit with Gillenon sea monsters, because if we're gonna encounter those, we're gonna have to be underwater. Or not. Yeah. Maybe they just come up to the surface and we fight them there. That's possible too.
I don't want to fight a whale. I don't want to fight a centipede whale.
You don't?
I don't. It's like I don't want to kill dragons. I want to pet them.
That's fair.
Just get on.
But okay, let me look up this piece of concept art real quick. Because there is one weird, funky, kraken-looking thing.
Oh. I am a friend of Cthulhu. It's okay.
Oh, I found it. It's this one.
Oh, I've not seen this. Hello.
Yeah. I just don't remember where it was from. I think it was from...
Yeah.
It might have also been from the behind-the-scenes trailer.
Well, yeah, that's something I missed. Wow.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got pincers, but also tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to pet it. I don't want to kill it.
I'm not sure if it'll accept that, though. It looks very hungry. But yeah, I get what you mean. I always feel bad killing dragons in Inquisition.
I'm quietly looking at it. I'm just fascinated by this now.
I also sending through the censored version of the Gillanon centipede thing.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen. I love the colours. I'm just, concept art.
I know.
The joy.
Yeah, it's great.
You've got me excited for sea monsters and underwater levels now.
Yes. My goal is complete.
Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful creature. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm really excited for the new art book.
Ah, same.
I can't wait to just see the storyboards, the concept art, the thought behind it. Just, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be really... I'm not sure when it gets here. I think they said they release it on the 6th of November, the art book.
Damn it.
So I'm not sure when it will actually get here. But if I haven't finished the game yet, it's gonna be really hard not to look through that, because there's bound to be spoilers in there. But oh
yeah, you know, that's actually really fair. Actually, like I'm like, oh yeah, I hope it comes with the game. Well, it's not gonna, but I hope they ship it so it comes in my house when I get the game loaded up. But then, yeah, no, there's gonna be spoilers in it.
Yeah, I believe it was the 6th of November. So yeah, then they'll have to ship it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming from America or somewhere in Europe. So yeah,
I'm not sure.
I imagine it's gonna take a while.
Probably. I ordered mine from the Dark Horse website itself, so I'm assuming it's coming from the US for me.
I see. I think I don't remember where I ordered mine from.
Which version did you get?
The one with the characters on it.
Ah, that one's nice. Yeah, I think that one was BioWare Gear Store exclusive, so it's probably also from the US, because I know they used to have a warehouse in the EU, but I think they closed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the deluxe version. I could not help myself. I was torn between that one and between the one with the characters, because it looks so good. But the deluxe version, the cover of it fits very well with the deluxe version of the novels, because it's the same art style. So I was like, you know, I gotta kind of get that, because it'll look nice together.
Yeah, in retrospect, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a deluxe version of this that's come out, and then I'm like, oh, I've bought it already, and it's sold out. Okay. But it's probably for the best, because I don't own the deluxe version of the novels.
Oh yeah.
And it's really hard to get your hands on them nowadays.
I know, it's insane. I got them, I think, maybe 2 or 3 years back, and they were pretty much, like, everywhere. They were even on a Dutch website. It's like Amazon, but Dutch. They were even on there. And, like, now they're just... I can't find them anywhere anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah, like, go on eBay secondhand, and it's like 30 quid for one of them, and it's like...
Yeah, some are even more expensive than that. Also, Hard in Hightown, I think that's the only, like, physical thing that I don't own of the Dragon Age stuff. And I looked for it a while back. I think it was on Amazon or wherever, and it was, like, crazy price, like, over, like, 500 euros or dollars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, just insane. Like, that's not gonna happen.
I'll read the codex entries on the fandom site. It's okay.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you can just do that.
Yeah, I don't own Harden. No, that doesn't count. I've got the box thing it's got the quill and the little ink thing and all that. It comes in a box with like it's a notebook that says Harden Hightown on it.
Oh, I think I've seen that somewhere before.
Yeah, I've got that, but I haven't got Harden Hightown itself. It's the one I don't like. It's just.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't on my priority list either, but just because if I want to be a completionist, you know, I would get it. But yeah.
completionist.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at you. It's just that's dedication.
Yeah. No, I have the novels. I think I have all the comics, like the physical editions, and I have the art book. I have the World of Theta, so it's like, you know, I also have the cookbooks. It's like, you know, that what is the only thing that I'm missing? I think it's Heart and Hightown. I kind of, you know, kind of want it, but yeah, it's I'm not gonna pay that much money for it.
Two things. One, have you made a recipe from the cookbook?
No, not yet.
Or shame.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't either, so I don't own the cookbook. I think there's like the whole mug from the second World of Fadus one.
Yeah.
I haven't, or the first one. I can't remember which. But yeah, I haven't made a recipe from that because it's like I don't have these ingredients.
Yeah.
I can't afford these ingredients.
Yeah. That's kind of my issue with it as well, because like some of the recipes look really nice and I want to try them, but the ingredients are like some of the things that you have to use are not things I can just buy in the supermarket. They're like very specific, or as you said, they're expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. At least they don't say saffron or something on any of them. I would have been like, or truffles. Oh, no. I don't live somewhere where that just pops out of the ground. It's no.
Yeah, no. And they're also like some of the recipes are a little like complicated. You have to spend a lot of time cooking, and I don't dislike cooking, but it's also not my hobby.
Fair, totally fair. My boyfriend loves, well, I think he loves cooking, he does it often enough. So, I don't know, I'm like, hey, did you know that Dragon Age has got a cookbook? Do you want to try a recipe from it? He's like, I was cooking this though.
But Dragon Age?
Yeah, but you love me, right?
You would do this for me, right?
My birthday's at this time of year, or I don't know.
I mean, if it's your birthday, you could say, look, I want to eat this on my birthday. Please, could you make me this on my birthday?
Oh, I can imagine the chaos in the kitchen. Just...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my boyfriend also, he does love to cook. It's actually one of his hobbies. It's just, sometimes he doesn't have the time for it, but, like, he will gladly stand in the kitchen and cook something for, like, the entire day. He doesn't mind. He enjoys cooking for others, so...
Yeah.
Maybe one day I can ask him to make something Dragon Age related. Yeah, so the Thags from Horror of Horrormac. Apparently there are like 11 more of those. So I hope we're gonna explore at least one of those in Veilguard.
Yeah, if not in the base game, which it'd be weird if it wasn't in the base game, given how much they hyped it. Maybe in a DLC? Maybe?
Yeah.
I feel like we are gonna come across it because what was shown in the trailer, I think it's the part where people think the dude tied up is Belasan. That part, I think that's in one of these places because he looks like he's got his eyes torn out a little bit. He looks like he's bleeding from his eyes. So I'm just like, well, there's that connection. So maybe this is one of those labs. Would you call them?
Yeah.
Those Belanan bad place.
Yeah, that's possible. The only thing that I think is weird is that there's 3 companions here with Rook.
Yeah.
One of my theories was that this is in the Arlathan Forest somewhere, that it takes place during Balara's recruitment quest, because there's Harding and Nev with Rook, which are the only 2 companions that you have when you recruit Balara, and then Balara is there, so which means... I think that she's not officially been recruited yet, and that she is just with you to do her recruitment quest. That's what I think. Maybe this is still in the Arlathan Forest, but
that makes way more sense.
Yeah, but honestly, like I get where you're coming from too, because I mean, look at the place. It's free. There's the freaking blight is everywhere. I actually hadn't noticed that the person's eyes look to be removed.
But yeah, no, it's just. It feels like in the trailer they show, at least in maybe not just that single trailer, but a lot of what they've shown so far seems to tell a lot more about Gillinan than it does Elgornan.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I think people have a lot more to go on with Gillinan and what she's been up to historically. I'm super interested to learn more about Elgornan. Obviously, I just like him more. He's just
Yeah.
a lot more interesting in my head. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. The thing I really love that the fact that they've chosen a dichotomy, sorry. The dichotomy between Elgernan and Gillenan, like they're in many ways the opposites of one another. You have like the first of the gods, the youngest of the gods. You got this feminine goddess, this masculine goddess. You got someone who was essentially born into godhood, and someone who was mortal and given godhood. I think the other thing I mentioned was Gillian's more associated with creating stuff, whereas Elgernan's known for destruction. It's just really... It's interesting that they chose those two to be the gods that come back, considering they're just opposite ends of the pantheon. I love that. I want to see how they explore that.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting.
Plus, like, if you remember from the trailer, it's one of the parts that just has me most interested is there's a section pretty early on where Gillinan is like impaled, the wardens are coming for her, and then Elgernan pops out of a portal or little lightning ball or whatever it is, and he kind of just saves her. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I would have assumed these two just didn't have any connection whatsoever. Like, so they are working together, and
Yeah.
to some degree. It's kind of sweet. Like, don't worry, Gilly, whatever we call you.
Gilly.
I've got your back, babe. It's okay. So,
Yeah. I mean, they do want to blight the world together, so maybe that is their common ground.
maybe. I don't know. It just seems odd because I can't say why exactly. Like, in my head, it also makes sense for Elgernan to come and save her because looking into Elgernan's lore, like, he is... A lot of people will disagree with me on this, but he does kind of take on a protector role. It's just his idea of protection isn't helping someone in trouble, it's I'm gonna burn who hurt them. So it's...
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just kind of bizarre though, because in my head, if something happened to Gillinan, I just in my head can't see Elgernan caring. He just comes across in the lore that way.
Yeah.
Or at least the point he's at, if he's blighted, he's this power mad villain, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. I think it might imply we're gonna get more out of them beyond villainy. I'm kind of hoping for that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm also kind of hoping that we get to see the death of Mythal from the Evanurus perspectives. Like, why did they kill her? And it's not that I don't believe Solus, because I believe he's speaking the truth, but he is biased. He's got his own perspective, and we've only heard the story, like his side of the story. So now I'm just wondering, what is the Evanurus perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, my assumption is they found out the blight is a thing, and they're like, we can use this. You know, there's going to be consequences, but it will make us super duper powerful. And Mythal was the one to say no. And because her judgment was final, they were like, you know, she could just go away and never come back. That could be a thing. So I assume that's what's happened, but it'd be interesting to find out what actually happened.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. I also kind of hope if there's to be Fade memories that we can see through, I don't know, either the Fade or Solus, I just hope we can witness the death of Mythal just to see what happened. And, like, the immediate aftermath of that.
I just want to see Elvenan back when it was a thing.
Yeah,
Even just through memories. It's like, there's so much we've heard from second-hand accounts of what Arlafan actually was. And especially from Solus. But I just want to know what it actually was. Like, how did their politics work? How did everything... Like, how did the Evanurus actually interact with the world beyond, you know, a feudal system of here are the gods up here are the peasants down below, they're slaves and whatnot, but how did that actually operate? Like, all of it.
Yeah. Wasn't there this structure in... Was it Arlathan? It was called the Solarium or something?
If you describe it to me, I might be able to find it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can... I know we read about it in Codex entries in the Deep Roads, I believe, in Trespasser, at least. And it's like this... crap, I can't remember. See, this is why I need to look everything up, because I know it exists, but my memory is failing me.
Raising the Sonalium?
Yeah, the Sonalium, that is what it was.
Yeah, it's just, I really like it because it implies so much about how at least the upper class work.
Yeah. That's right. It was a gift from Siles to June, or June.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm still not sure on how to pronounce it.
I just say June because why would you? There's no accent at the end.
That's
it's
true.
It's fine.
Yeah. Sonalium, yeah.
A friendly debate, they call it. I like this Codex entry. I love all the Vir de Fire ones are some of the most fascinating because it's just a word picture that they're describing.
Yeah.
And it's always so pretty sounding, even when it's, messed up. Like,
a magical ritual that pulls raw essence from the Fade, funneled into a sphere in the air. Hey, you know what that reminds me of? In the trailer, we saw this building with like the floating rings above it and like a green core of light. That's what this reminds me of.
I'm so happy you've said that, because when I did my trailer breakdown, that's what I thought that building was. There we go there. Because it would be a nice connection. Plus I want to know what a Sonalium is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it just, especially the sentence that I just read, the essence from the Fade, I mean, the core is green, so it makes sense.
I'm trying to find the exact place in the trailer, but I think it's like a literal second-long clip.
I think in the Game Informer cover story, we read that we go to this building to get the artifact to break through the veil bubble that we're in. I don't think, the article did not describe what the building was, I think they called it a temple.
God, that is gorgeous, actually. I love the sky.
I know. See, when I was writing my breakdown, I had this whole tinfoil theory about how this was one of the things that Solus needed to tear down the veil, because the sky above it kind of looks like the breach, but prettier, because that there's like the whole, the colors around it, but it just reminded me of the breach. So I was like, so what if this is like the place where he put up the veil, and this is what's holding it together? Like, I described it in my original script as you have a ball, and then you wrap it in a piece of cloth, and you have like just enough cloth to wrap the whole ball, but you need to like stick a pin needle through it to keep the cloth together. That is what this reminded me of, and like the glowing sphere, or like the core inside of the rings, is what's keeping it from coming down. If you turn that off, the veil comes down. Like, that was my theory, but then I reread the Game Informer cover story, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not that.
That would be cool, though, because we don't actually have any confirmation of how or when the veil going up happened, other than, I just woke up one day and did it. So, it happened.
Yeah.
And then I went for a big nap.
Yeah.
That really is just a second-long clip. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I found the page. Now I just need to... I don't think they say... I was just looking specifically for if they describe the building. I don't think I sent them in order. Sorry, the right one is the first one.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first one I clicked on.
Yeah.
Use a special crystal to power the artifact and remove it from a pedestal.
Yeah, so that is why I think that's the scene that they're showing here, because we see the building, which could be a temple, and then we see Balara removing or doing something to the artifact in the pedestal. So that's why I was assuming that's what this was.
Curious. I was just gonna say, like, I wish there was more information, but then I'm like, I literally just complained about there being too many spoilers, like, earlier today, so maybe I don't.
I mean, honestly, I was when this came out, I was surprised how much they revealed.
Oh yeah, I was... It's annoying because I was theorizing that the two gods were Andruil and maybe Elgonan, but probably Dirtham, and then it's my world got shattered in a single sentence. And I'm like,
Oh.
okay. Cool.
Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate. But it's also kind of fun because we're speculating now, and like in a year time, like when the game is out, it's gonna be fun to re-listen to all of our theories and find out how wrong we were.
Yeah. Find out that Sarah isn't actually Andruil.
Yeah.
That one's the funnest, I think.
Yeah, it's not a theory I subscribe to because I like the idea of Sarah just being who she is because that's who she is.
Yeah.
Or Felasan not being the person stuck in the Blight Tendril. I don't actually believe that, but like when I saw it for a second, I was like,
Literally everyone came to the same conclusion, which is the only part that makes me think maybe it is. But I don't think it is.
Yeah, no, I don't know why I thought that. It's literally just the hair and and because the person in the thing is an elf, but we can see. At least I struggle to see if they have Valestein or not, because I don't think they do.
Yeah. I don't think he does either. Yeah.
Another theory is that this is Strife, which I could see it being...
Isn't Strife really old and it would be really easy to tell from like white hair and wrinkles and stuff?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I think they are a veil jumper, because if we look at the armor, it's again, it's very hard to see. But I think from the things that we can see from the armor, it kind of looks like something a veil jumper would wear, but I don't know.
Yeah. You know, what if it's like... Because Bellara has a pretty... Nah, I was gonna say maybe it's like her brother or something, and she's like, gasp. But yeah, maybe not. She doesn't have that much of a reaction, actually.
Yeah, you're right. Because the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, Bellara's pretty shocked, but then she's not shocked enough that it's someone that she knows or really cares about. Because I think it's just a general reaction, like, oh shit, this is bad.
Yeah, Neve, whatever her bloody name is.
Yeah,
she looks like she's having a worse reaction to it. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. But then we see another, like later in the trailer, it's one of the last scenes, is another, I believe, field jumper, at least another elf, with the same kind of hairstyle, fighting a sentinel.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the same person?
Maybe. I'm trying to see their hair. We definitely see Irulan.
Yeah.
And she looks like she's holding the weird sphere thing that was similar to the building earlier, because it does the swirly thing.
Yeah, there's rings around that too.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Rings.
Yeah.
Casually forget what rings are. Can't quite see their hair. But maybe.
Yeah, I thought it looked kind of similar, but yeah, it's very hard to see.
I'm eyeing up their staff, like, yeah, but they're probably gonna die, so can I get their staff?
That's nice gear you got there.
Shame if anyone were to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know.
There's just so much to unpack.
There is. That's why my breakdown took forever to make, because I'm like, okay, my thoughts are constantly changing on it. I don't have much time to work on it, and what am I looking at?
Yeah, same. I had to go back and change my script twice because I just missed things, or like I said earlier with the building where I speculated that it was related to taking down the veil, but it was actually the building, probably maybe question mark, from the cover story. And then originally I thought that the dragon we see, like the fire-breathing one, and the red blighted or corrupted one was the same. But then someone else pointed out that the horns are actually a little bit different. Like the fire-breathing dragon, its horns, like they curve upward, and the other one curve downward a little bit. So it's like, okay, yeah, they're not actually the same. So I had to go back and change that.
Well, you'll be happy to know there is yet another dragon from the combat video the other day.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, another one. How many are there now? At least the one that was breathing fire came across as just one you could fight. Just like a generic high dragon out in the world. But the other ones seemed plot related.
Yeah.
So but then it's like, oh, but this dragon is an extra important dragon, confirmed. And it's like, but that looks nothing like the ones before.
Yeah.
How many do they have then?
Yeah.
Or maybe my theory that I don't think is gonna happen, but I really want it to, is that we're like, Rook just comes up to I don't know, whoever's dealing with all this is like, you know what could probably, we can't beat these gods, because they're gods. You know what could beat a god? Another god. And then just releases the other Evaners.
Oh no, Solus is not going to like that if that happens.
Well, he's gonna have to get used to a lot of things like that.
That's true. I wonder if he's gonna give commentary when we make a choice that he doesn't like. He's like, "No, Rook, what are you doing?
Oh.
Don't do that."
Well, I really want. Have you played Cyberpunk?
No, but I know there is a similar situation there where you have a voice. Yeah, you have someone talking to you.
I really want it to be out in the world, or maybe not. I want it to be like I pick up something in the world, and Solus in my head is like, "Oh, this is an interesting thing," and maybe you have a dialogue option to say, "Shut up," or just, "Oh, please tell me more, please."
Yeah,
I want stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because I also wonder how the communication is going to work. Like, if can Solus talk to us while we're awake? And is he just like constantly watching over our shoulder, so to speak? Or do we only speak to him at certain times when we're asleep?
Yeah, like that could totally change how, well, just how the game plays out. See if Solus is completely aware of your actions, or can you try and trick him in a way if he doesn't know what you're up to when you're awake. But I really want, he seems to be in a prison that only you can really access. So it's definitely possible that he could just be aware when you're awake, because he's like the master of the fade, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want it to be as interactive with Solus as possible, because I love him.
Me too.
I want more of him.
Yeah, same. I imagine it'll be somewhat similar to... Did you play Baldur's Gate 3?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Dream Visitor, basically. I imagine it'll be somewhat similar to that, maybe? Where you just get dreams?
Yeah, I can't remember where I read it or heard it, but I think somewhere way back in development they mentioned, you know, go have a rest or go to sleep as something you can do.
Oh.
I could be completely wrong. I might have imagined that, but I'm so... Either it was the Q&A from, God, way back when, or it was one of the early... Or it was just a random post or something. I'd have to go hunt it down, but I could be imagining it.
Oh, that'd be cool, though.
I wouldn't wake up.
I think I just
entire game.
Yeah. I think I'd just stay here, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, let's play main chess, Solus. Don't worry. I mean, you'll have me for eternity until I die, I guess.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait. I am so excited for the first interaction between Solus and the Inquisitor, especially if you romanced him. Oh, I need it.
Here's a question. Everybody keeps asking, do you think they're gonna get a happy ending at all?
Do I think? No. Do I want to, though? Yes, I really want them to, but I don't know. Do you? Do you think?
I think I would feel betrayed by the writers at this point, since so many of them have kind of come out saying, yeah, I was a Solus Mancer, by the way. I'd feel really, really betrayed if there's not, at least in some playthrough, a happy ending for them.
Yeah, maybe you need to make certain decisions if you want a happy ending. I have a feeling that Rook is able to influence Solus, and that is gonna help determine what ending you get with him. Maybe like Rook's attitude towards Solus might change his mind. Yeah.
I imagine you're thinking of just choices that open his mind to things in a lot of different light, blah blah blah. I'm thinking like the Little Mermaid, the boat scene where it's kiss the girl, shalala.
Yeah. I'm
so happy to meet so many different people that are just who likes Solus, because containing that for so long has been very difficult.
I get that, yeah. Yeah,
And
no,
now I
man.
can say whatever I want.
Yes. No, I think Solus is great. I think he's one of my favorite characters in the entire series.
Yeah, definitely. I think I broke your train of thought, so I'm sorry.
It's okay, no worries. I'm just thinking, like, I also wanted to say Morgan's up there too for me.
Oh yeah.
I freaking I this conversation has completely derailed into trailer breakdown and whatever else, so you can just continue that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love the dynamic between Morgan and Flemeth, especially if she has Kieran. I think
Yeah.
I've been replaying Inquisition, and I did the Temple of Mythal recently, and then, you know, when you get back, you go to the Fate to look for Kieran, if he exists in your world state and he's an old god baby, which he is in mine. So I did that yesterday, so I watched the scene of the confrontation between Morgan and Flemeth, and it's just so good.
I know, right? Oh my god. Whenever I watch something or play a game or something, I'm a crier. That scene had me just weeping. It's just Morgan, like, yeah, I'm never gonna do to my son what you did to me, blah blah blah. And like Flemeth takes it to heart. She's like, oh yeah, I am a bad person. And I'm like, yeah, you bitch.
Yeah.
What did you do to her? And I'm like, I'm so proud of her. She loves her. She no hesitation, she chooses her son over her own life. And I'm like, this is the perfect character development for Morgan.
It is.
Just
yeah, no.
Very proud of her.
I totally agree. I'm not sure what she's like if she doesn't have Kieran, because I've always had old god baby Kieran. But yeah, no, the character development there is just so good, because in Origins, she's like, the way my mother raised me, it was necessary, and it put me in the spot that I am now, and it made me a strong person. But then when she has Kieran, and when she's a mother herself, she realizes, oh, maybe that's not the right way to raise a child. Maybe my mother did not have my best interests at heart, and yeah. So that's just so good. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, like, that goes all the way back to Origins as well, when you're just trying to, well, if you try and befriend her for that game, or romance her, it's just kind of convincing her, yeah, what your mum did to you isn't okay. It's kind of like just teaching her what a healthy relationship is like. And then I remember specifically when I think it's a fancy mirror or a necklace or something she talks about, like,
Yeah.
her mother, like, took it off her or broke it when she was a child because she stole it. And it's like, yeah, no, your mother taught you a very valuable lesson about, yeah, don't steal, plus people are going to come looking for it. You don't want people come looking for it, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of other stuff. But then she really likes you gift her, like, something similar. And she's like, oh, thank you. I actually really love shiny things. What I love in this new trailer is that you see her just blinged out. She's got the fancy necklace, she's got rings on. I'm like, she's living her best life.
Yes.
I love her so much.
Same. I'm so happy she's back.
Yeah. Oh, when I was watching the trailer, like, her voice came up and I did not register it. I'm just like,
same.
Wow, flashing images. And then she sweeps down and I'm like, there's my girl.
Yes, I know. So it just did not click in my head. I was just sitting there like, huh? Like, what?
A woman talking? Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, same. That was great.
Kieran, oh my god. Kieran's gonna be in his 20s.
Yes! He's all grown up now.
I don't know how to feel about that.
No, I know, like, it's just crazy, because it's been 10 years in-game, and it's also been 10 years IRL, so...
I know, but, like, I feel old now.
Same!
It's like watching, like, your little cousins or nephews or nieces or whatever, just... Oh yeah, they've finished high school now, and it's like, what?
Yeah!
When did that happen?
I know. Oh, like, weren't you playing with toy cars, like, yesterday? Like, what happened?
Yeah,
where did time go?
They've outgrown me?
Yeah, oh.
Poor little Kieran.
If he makes an appearance, I hope he's voiced by Claudia Blackson again. That'd be great.
I hope so too.
I think I just might retitle this video into discussing whatever Veilguard. I might redo the intro, but yeah, I'm having fun.
Just generic, all-around topic about everything.
Yeah.
Not seriously, but it just goes, let's talk about dwarven culture. No.
Yeah.
Too far.
I mean, hey, it's still, like, on topic for Veilguard, so...
Technically.
That kind of reminds me to bring it back kind of to Elgernon. Apparently there is a Dalish story on how the dwarves fear the sun because of Elgernon, and that it might be a metaphor for the Elves of Arlathan driving the dwarves underground. And that is what I also think is really interesting, because there is also the thing that we learned that the Evenuris mined the Titans for Illyrium.
Yeah, I can see that easily, definitely. I think I've just opened up that codex. It's interesting, but it's also a little bit frustrating because obviously the Dragon Age setting has a lot of was it like 9,000 years worth of history or something?
Yeah.
And a lot of it is kind of accounted for. So it's kind of hard to tell where some symbology starts and others end, especially since there's so many different cultures and points of view historically. So when you find certain bits of information, it's like, usually it is down to the elves, but it's hard to tell if it was more so Tavern recontextualizing or the Dalish recontextualizing something to make sense to them. I do think that the elves and the dwarves had some kind of, I don't know how to describe it, they had a relationship, and I think the elves bullied the dwarves underground. I think that is definitely something that happened, but the degree to which and what actually happened is, you know, a blank page, really.
Yeah, it's kept a bit vague.
Yeah. It's the longest way I could have said, I don't know.
That's fine. I mean, it's true. It is true. And I agree. There is another line that interested me, is that Elgernon's followers asked his help in taming the land that shook their cities. They sought to defeat the usurpers who threw down their work. I'm also kind of thinking maybe Titans because of the earthquakes and like taming the land.
Yeah. Was that Song to Elgernon, or was that a different one you just read?
Yeah, I very helpfully did not write down where I got this from. Hold on. I mean...
It sounds like Song to Elgernon because it's similar wording. Elgernon, wrath and thunder, give us glory, give us victory over the earth that shakes our cities. Strike the usurpers with your lightning, burn the ground under your gaze, bring winged death against those who throw down our work. Elgernon, help us tame the land.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There is a connection there. Sorry?
Yeah. I was just saying it's just trying to sit here and take that in for what that could mean. It's just line for line, like victory, glory, blah, blah, shaker cities. Alright, so there were cities, there was this, that, victory. Like, so there was a war then.
Yeah.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. I also don't have any more thoughts on this, just, you know, interesting. Yeah, this means something for sure.
Something. On the note of Elgernon, what's interesting to me about him is he's associated not just with like the sun, fire, but also like storms. So like thunder and lightning. Emphasis on the lightning, because it mentions that a couple times. Like, when I think of the gods, I imagine they use specific, like Vivian, to me in my mind, she's not an elven god, but first thing I thought of, she's the ice lady, or Dorian's the lightning guy. So yeah, it's interesting that there's multiple, I guess, magics attached to Elgernon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
I mean, it could have been both. Like fire and light and lightning are they're kind of connected.
I mean, lightning can cause fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I've wanted to talk about, but I always forget about it. You know, there's like 7, not old gods, let's not go into that. There's 7 Evenuris that have been trapped. We have 7 companions, and there's kind of like a similarity between the type of magic, I guess, not magic, but there's something about all of them that kind of relates to those gods. So I don't know, do you think there's going to be like some kind of, not dichotomy, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
similarities, like, because Rook is described, I can't remember by who, but it was in the Q&A, to be like, there's a lot that Solus is going to see of himself in Rook, things that he
Yeah.
doesn't quite like. So I'm wondering if Rook is going to be like, this is going to be kind of like what happened with the Evanurus, like, are these people going to rise to power within their own organizations? Or is there going to be a similarity to the Evanurus with the new companions? Like,
Yeah, I've
I
seen
don't know.
Yeah, and I've seen people talk about this. I'm not sure. It's definitely possible. I'm not sure if I really think there is going to be like a connection specifically, but yeah, like it's definitely possible that there are similarities. Because I mean, we already pointed out Tavern with the Gilnon Valasline. But then there is also him being a monster hunter as well as Tosh, which could be is a similarity between them and Andrul, because Andrul also hunted creatures or
Yeah.
monsters. So that is one connection we can make, and then there's Rook and Solus. And let me think.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I find the closest resemblance would be Emmerich and Falun Din.
Yeah,
They seem to both be connected to death, the dead, necromancy.
yeah,
And I would connect Bellara to Dirthamin in that way because she's, you know, hunting out secrets and knowledge and stuff. It's little things that you could probably just overlook, but it still feels like they're trying to make some kind of, I don't know the word. It's beyond similarity, like the flip side of this
yeah,
history repeating itself.
yeah. I think I agree with those. Those make sense. And that leaves us with Lucanus, Harding, Nev. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Harding might be a good. Well, she shares probably a few similarities with Sileys, I think. The thing is, it's hard because we don't really know much about Sileys or June, so it's actually very difficult. But I'm gonna have to think about this for a little bit.
Just another thing on top of all the other things to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. So that leaves us with Sileys, June, Mythal. I don't know.
Mafal is forever forgotten. She's dead. She can be a spirit in our minds and in our hearts.
We don't know that just yet. She might still be around.
Stupid Mafal. Ruining everything.
I'm sure she's doing her best.
Everyone asks, where is Mafal? No one asks, how is Mafal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't match any of the others.
I mean, yeah, Sileys the Hearthkeeper, how to weave rope and thread, use herbs for magic and healing purposes. I guess you could take that as she takes care of people, which is why I guess I linked her to Harding, because Harding she cares about people. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I can't really think of much others, but on the note of Harding, I love that they describe her as an Inquisition agent specifically, because I hear the Inquisition is just a buzzword for me now, and I'm like, Inquisitor, where is she?
Yeah. Oh, actually, June taught the elves how to make bows and arrows and knives, I guess, but bows and arrows. So Harding uses a bow and arrow.
Maybe. Also, a lot of people theorize that June is related to the dwarves in some way.
Yeah, I've
either
heard
by
that.
lyrium or.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm just not sure what the connection is, but I've not really looked into that theory.
It's a fun one, but we'll see.
Yeah, though I don't think Sileys really fits with either Nev or Lucanus, so I'm not sure. What do you think?
Oh my goodness. I don't think we know enough about either of them.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they're two of the companions that I think beyond Harding that we get the most information about.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know, I'll just default to genders then and say that Nev is Sileys and Lucanus is whichever god is left, I forget. June, was it?
Yeah, June and yeah.
Oh no,
wait, Elgernon. Right.
Yeah, she.
Yes. Nice. How could we forget that?
I want that to be a part in the game then. Just wait, what? I've named all of them. Just talk to Elgarna. Which one are you? Are you Druffalo?
What did you say your name was? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Well, God of Vengeance.
I mean, he does some vengeance-y stuff.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucanus and Elgernon. Yeah.
Awesome. I know who I'm romancing now. Excellent.
Oh, I already made up my mind.
Oh, which one are you romancing?
Lucanus.
Of course.
Yeah.
I could be swayed on Emmerich, but definitely Lucanus.
I mean, he's got purple wings. Purple!
Really? That's the deciding factor?
No. I think his character's really interesting because of the potentially possession demon connection thing that he's got going on. I think that's really interesting. And yeah, the wings are cool. What is it for you then?
He reminds me of my boyfriend in real life.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
He also cooks well. He kind of has the same hair and beard. Yeah. The only thing that's different is my boyfriend's super tall.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Lucanus is a short king.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that, because the way I'm planning my rook is she's quite tall. I wonder how the romance scenes will work out.
Surely they thought of that. I mean, if you can determine the height for your character, I'm sure they have some sort of solution for that.
Yeah. I remember playing around with this one mod that was like change the height of your Inquisitor, and it led to the funniest scenes imaginable because they were never intended that way. Like I'm like, yeah, my Inquisitor, like sure, she can be small. Let's make her like 5 feet tall, and then the kiss scene with Solus happened. Oh my god, it didn't look right.
I can imagine.
Her face was not where his face was. It was...
Oh, great.
So, yeah, I'm sure they follow that.
Yeah, I mean, in the romance scene with Bo, the devs once said, I think it was in an interview, that if you're a dwarf or like a short character, your character's just standing on a box. You don't see the box because it's out of screen, but they're standing on a box.
Didn't they say like the box was there because the model was supposed to be at a certain height, but it would have just been a space underneath or something?
Yeah.
In a way, I'm gonna miss that.
Yeah. God, if there's a flycam mod for Veilguard, it's gonna be fun to mess around with that.
It works on the same engine, so I imagine flycam should work similar to Inquisition.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
People are very fast when it comes to mods. I was gonna say we're gonna have to wait till that comes out, but I think people will be really fast with that, likely.
Yeah.
I kind of hope we'll get official mod support for that.
Yeah.
Probably not.
We'll see.
But I hope so.
It sounds like they've done a lot already, so I don't know. Anything at this point from what they've mentioned would just be an absolute bonus, like a cherry on top. Like photo mode, for example. Like I don't know if they're gonna have that when the game comes out, but I hope they do.
Same. Yeah, that was a little bit weird because they confirmed it at one point, and then in the Q&A they said that they're working on it, and then I think it was a few days ago there was I think someone made a tweet or something. They said it's gonna have photo mode, but then they removed that tweet.
Yeah, I remember was it Katie Gilderfallon? I was watching her video about it because I'm like, oh, she'll know. And she mentions, yeah, there's gonna be photo mode. And, and then you hear in the Q&A and I'm like, Katie wouldn't lie to me.
No, it was just weird because in the interviews, when all the interviews came out, all the articles, they actually confirmed in one of those that the game will have a photo mode. Yeah, no, it was really weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, not as weird as the name change, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily the name change, but how late they left it to officially change it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not expecting a name change. I was really not. I mean, I can see their reasoning, and I like Veilguard just fine. I think I probably like it better now that I know the reason behind it and that it represents us and the companions and yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I've gotten used to it.
The same.
It does make more sense than Dreadwolf, but it's just still kind of like, it looks like they've been planning the name change for longer than when they officially changed it, which frustrates me a bit because I still sometimes slip up in saying Dreadwolf.
That's fair. Yeah. I don't say the Veilguard, I say Veilguard. I refuse to say the Veilguard.
Same, but like, it's a battle I feel I've lost at this point. They're not gonna get rid of the, so sometimes I'm just like, the Veilguard. That's what it's officially called.
Yeah, I mean, they're not getting rid of it, but I am, so I'm stubborn. Nah. I mean, it's fine. I like, it just rolls off the tongue better, you know? Dragon Age Veilguard versus Dragon Age the Veilguard. I don't know.
Dragon Age the Origins, Dragon Age the 2.
Exactly. A Dragon Age the Inquisition, the Trespasser.
I was going to say the Descent, then I'm like, no wait, that is actually the name of it.
But that fits. I don't know, that fits. Although, I usually, when I talk about the Descent DLC, I just say the Descent DLC. I don't say the Descent DLC.
I'm gonna start referring to it as the Descent DLC.
The Jaws of Hakon.
Oh. Wait, no, isn't that DLC just called Jaws of Hakon?
Is it?
I'm looking it up.
It might be, actually.
The Witch Hunt. The
Witch Hunt. The Awakening. Sounds very dramatic.
Yeah, no, it's just called Jaws of Hakon.
Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong then. Is there any other subject you want to talk about? I think I'm gonna start to wrap it up.
Yeah,
it's already
I've got to go at 3, so yeah, pretty long.
Yeah.
Dragon Age, good. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Play Dragon Age.
Do it.
Yeah.
Run on Solus, or don't, but you should.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that, I have not thought of an outro, so I am just going to say thank you, Holly. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No worries. Anytime. If you want to do this another time, you're always welcome.
Yep.
And for everyone that's watching, go subscribe to Lady Sulevin because her content is awesome and it's really good and she puts a lot of time and effort into it, so she deserves it.
I've just taken a bow on, flower in my mouth, all of it.
Yeah, so thank you for watching and I hope to see you on the next one.
Yeah, goodbye everybody.
I have a folder with a lot of concept art I saved so I can look at it when I need it for videos.
I need to organize mine. They're just all in the pictures folder and this shit is terrible.
I haven't named mine. Mine are just like whatever it was called when I saved it from the internet. So I do need to do that.
The names I've given things is bizarre, like Weak Pan, Wolf 2, the Veilguard.
Veilguard.